Hi everybody and welcome to the DRFBets Race of the Day for Thursday, November the 1st. I'm Dan Illman and our race of the day is the 8th at Laurel Park, a one-turn optional claiming mile for 2-year-old fillies. You can bet the race, you can bet the card with a DRFBets account. You receive a 300% deposit match when you sign up at bets.drf.com just in time for the Breeders' Cup. Here's the field for our Thursday race of the day, a $50,000 optional claiming race for 2-year-old fillies going a one-turn mile. Please be sure to download your free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com, and handicap along with me. We'll take the field in post position order, beginning with the number 1, Better Yet, who won her maiden 2 starts back over this course and distance over sloppy going by almost 17 lengths. And then trainer Michael Trombetta might have been asking a little bit too much, cutting her sharply back in distance and stepping her up in the Maryland Million Lassie. She was just run off her feet in that 6-furlong dash and didn't do much running. I think it's probably a little too early to give up on Better Yet. She's a half-sister to the stakes-winning sprinter Candid Desire, as well as the multiple stakes-winning Dirt Router Bonus Points. She's a little bit slow on paper, but again, she's lightly raced with some upside potential. And getting back to the mile, I think we'll see more of the tactical speed that she showed 2 starts back. It is worth noting, though, she was in for the $40,000 waiver maiden claim in 2 starts back. We'll see how good she is on Thursday. The number 2 is Colloquium. This is a $30,000 yearling by Flat Out. The dam's a half to the Grade 3 stakes-winning router Twice the Appeal, who won the Sunland Derby a few years ago. Thus, it was no surprise that Colloquium really appreciated stretching out in distance, from 5.5 to a mile last time out, and the drop in class to the 40 maiden claimer didn't hurt as well. Over an intensely inside speed-favoring track at Delaware on September the 12th, Colloquium was able to make the lead, make the rail, and it was Goodnight Irene. She won by 6 1/4 lengths. Her Beyer speed figure improved 12 points. She's going to have to show continued improvement in this spot in her first start against winners. The number 3 is Abo, who really improved with the addition of Lasix and blinkers in start number 2, winning over this course and distance over Good Going on September the 8th. The connections got really ambitious with Abo after that race. After that maiden win, they stepped her up into the Grade 1 Alcibiades, where she was 148-1 behind Breeders' Cup juvenile filly-bound runners such as Restless Rider and Reflect. And while she never made a dent in the running, I thought, all things considering, she ran pretty well to split the field, finishing 7 of 14. She's got a nice little pedigree as a half to the Grade 2 stakes winner Burn Identity and the multiple stakes placed runner Battle of Evermore, and she's getting significant class relief in this spot. 9-2 has some value for Abo. She's out of the Grade 3 stakes-winning sprint mare Madalena. The 4 is Slide a Bit, and Slide a Bit's by Breeders' Cup Classic winner Fort Larned, and she's a half to the multiple stakes-winning Turf Horse Thunderbrew and the multiple stakes-winning router I'm Steppin' It Up. This horse looked good on turf last time out after beating Colloquium on the dirt, but remember, on that day, Colloquium had the inside, which was really golden. Slide a Bit was pressing the horse outside, maybe a little bit of an excuse. I wonder if she is a little bit better on the turf is Slide a Bit. Again, a half to Thunder Brew. Her Beyers are a bit light, and she's going to be stepping up off the 25,000 maiden claiming ranks to a much tougher spot. The number 5 is Sweet Home Dixie, a winner 2 starts back at 5 furlongs, and then off a 2-month layoff was asked to stretch out 3 furlongs. She was beaten that day, but the winner Helen was 2-5. She was supposed to win, and maybe Sweet Home Dixie was just a little bit of a short horse that afternoon. She doesn't have a lot of early speed. She's going to need some pace in front of her to help her late kick, but I think she can improve a bit second off of the layoff, and it's worth noting that she won in her second lifetime start. Her Beyers, though, still a little bit light. very light compared to your likely favorite. And the horse to beat, the number 6, Jennifer's Dream. This is a daughter of Medaglia d'Oro and Joyful Victory, who is a Grade 1 stakes winner that earned $1.2 million in her career. Jennifer's Dream made her career debut at Laurel at this distance on October the 11th, and she was part of a 4-ply pace early, and that pace was pretty fast. She ended up being a little bit outpaced on the turn, came again with a 3-wide bid, and she was able to grind it out to win with a 58 Beyer speed figure. Here's a formulator fact for trainer John Service. He knows how to spot his horses. Over the past 2 years, with 2-year-old last out maiden winners on dirt, he's winning 58% of the time with over a $5 return on investment. I'm a little concerned that blinkers come on off a win. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But this filly did seem a little bit green, running in spots on the turn, and maybe the blinkers will give her the additional focus needed to take a step forward. She's got a big pedigree, she has the buyer from the last race, and she's got perhaps a pace advantage, according to our friends at Timeform US. The pace projector has the 6 Jennifer's Dream out there on the lead, and if she gets out to an easy lead, she may prove very hard to catch. The number 7, My Winter Rose, is a half-sister to the multiple stakes-placed runner Foxtrot Sally, and these connections have finally found a reasonable spot for her. She was 190-1 when finishing behind Abo in the Alcibiades, and prior to that was 106-1 in the Grade 2 Pocahontas. She was 83-1 in her turf start before that. You put her in a race like this, she's probably competitive. If you look at her race at Presque Isle Downs 4 starts back over a synthetic surface, she won with a 57 buyer. She's got a puncher's chance if the pace is fast. I think she has an interesting amount of ability. I'm not sure if she's going to be good enough to win this race after just getting completely overmatched in her last 3. The number 8 is Gardenista, and I think this well-bred filly has a ton of upside potential. She's by Curlin out of Valbenny, who was a Grade 2 stakes winner on the turf, and Gardenista won by the length of the stretch in her debut at Delaware Park. She got a good education for Arnaud de la Cour that day, tracking the pace inside, getting some dirt kicked back in her face, then splitting horses with a decisive bid on the backstretch to take over 3 furlongs from home, and then it was off to the races. I think she can improve greatly off of that race. She moves from 2 turns to 1, but seems to have some tactical gear. The 9 is No Mo Lady, who's by Uncle Mo out of a half-sister to the Grade 3 place dirt sprinter Life in Shambles. She finished ahead of Sweet Home Dixie when no match for that odds-on favorite Helen last time out. While her lone win came on the turf, she's bred for dirt and she ran well last time out. The buyers seem to be moving forward, and I would expect another forward move in this spot. The 6 Jennifer's Dream is likely the horse to beat in this spot, but I'll take a slight shot against her with the class-dropping number 3, Abo. I don't think she ran terribly in the Alcibiades. She's taken a step forward with each and every start on the buyer scale. She's got a little bit of pedigree, and I'm hoping she can show a little bit more speed. I'm a little concerned she might get out-sprinted by Jennifer's Dream early, so I'll also use Jennifer's Dream in multiple race wagers. My picks are 3, 6, 8, and 2 in our Thursday race of the day, the 8th at Laurel. Bet it with a new DRFBets account. Sign up, receive a 300% deposit match at bets.drf.com. An approximate post time for our Thursday race of the day is 4 o'clock Eastern. Good luck.